Your holiday host, Penguin Truth here, and welcome to Otaku Evolution. Be sure to like, subscribe, and contribute to my Patreon. This year's Listmas video is on my top 10 favorite anime. Well, my favorite TV shows and multi-episode OVAs. You know I'll just do another list for movies and TV specials. Now, as you might expect, my favorites are subject to change over time, though I doubt any of the top 5 will fall beneath the line. So, without further ado, let's get to the list. Number 10. Baccano. Baccano, an anime based on the light novels by Ryoga Narita, is eccentric, lively, emotional, and fun. Its non-linear storytelling frames the narrative in an interesting fashion, allowing the action and poignant beats to follow each other, flowing more naturally than if just told ordinarily. It's a gamble to be sure, but the gamble works out, as it also features at least a dozen quirky, colorful characters, like my favorite Mad Men, Lad Russo and Claire Stanfield. It's got swing, it's got heart, and it's got my 10th spot on this list for being a remarkably enjoyable romp in the 1930s with gangsters. It also helps that it has one of my favorite English dubs of all time, with a fantastic cast that boosts the material. And if only the show was more accessible these days, if you can get a hold of it, watch and cherish it. It's got a gun in its heart.
You people are all the same. You think you're so smart! Oh yeah! With all of our wonderful guns and this credit train, there's no way anyone can stop us! We are invincible and unbeatable! We are so strong with all of our men and our guns! You are my absolute favorite people to kill!
Number 9. Mobile Suit Gundam 0080, War in the Pocket. Good writing and good direction goes a long way, and in the Gundam franchise, while there is plenty of either, to have both in such a dramatically elevated manner like this is absolutely transcendent. Gundam 0080 War in the Pocket was the first time the Gundam meta series was taken over people not Yoshiyuki Tomino, and they actually did more with it, in my opinion, in just 6 episodes than Tomino had in 40 or more. By removing the ace pilots, cosmic senses, and well-trodden good versus evil paradigm of early Gundam, War in the Pocket strips the Gundam concept down to its basic elements of humanity and sacrifice, without judging, without politicizing, and without messy supernatural elements. It's a story about a young boy who learns that war isn't a game through tragedy, and is changed by the end. And in that, War in the Pocket is not only a good narrative, but a poignant one without being overbearing. Unfortunately, the Blu-rays are now out of print, which is a real crime. Nobody should have to miss War in the Pocket just because it can't be helped.
If you can get an adult to believe you, the colony can still be saved. You're probably wondering why I didn't just take this to them myself. Well, you see, you have to understand, it would have been like running away. If I ducked out of fighting now, I don't think I could have ever lived with myself.
Number 8. Macross Plus. It's certainly no surprise that Macross Plus should make this list. The pure aesthetic and production values are top-notch. The art and animation are crisp and kinetic, its music is eclectic yet resonant, and its action is tense and exciting. It's a home-run blockbuster-like anime that will have you spellbound. But, not to be outdone by its predecessor, the original Macross series, it's also genuinely poignant and tragic at times. It is emotionally mature, and its characters relatable. It's just a shame that the only way to buy this OVA is to spend a lot of money for the big Blu-ray set. I mean, I've got mine, but it's pricey for just 4 episodes in the compilation movie. Still, if you can find a way to watch or own this OVA, you ought to. It's a high-flying thrill ride.
Yes, you did. If Gold hadn't brought his gun with him, then...
A smart guy would do a prudent thing like bringing a gun. Not a stupid hothead like me, right? Prudent. I hate that word.
Number 7. Giant Robo. Remixing characters and elements from manga artist Mitsuteru Yokoyama, the 7-episode OVA Giant Robo The Day the Earth Stood Still, written and directed by Yasuhiro Imagawa, is a grand tapestry of science fiction and wuxia. It's steeped in retro-future aesthetic, features all kinds of interesting superpowered characters, and is thematically rich and inspiring. Production values are through the roof, with beautiful environments, fluid animation, and a gorgeous sounding musical accompaniment by Masamichi Amano and the Warsaw Philharmonic Orchestra. The OVA is a perfect blend of Bildungsroman and bittersweet tragedy. Discotheque's Blu-ray release for this was amazing, and I think you can even still find it in some places. It's truly a superlative experience, so don't miss out.
My son, they say that you can never achieve happiness without sacrifice. Now promise me to answer that question when we see one another again.
Yes, Father. Father, don't go!
Number 6. The Vision of Escaflowne. Awash in fantasy aesthetics, the well-worn and colorful world of The Vision of Escaflowne is an epic not easily forgotten. The story of Hitomi Kanzaki, a teen girl whisked away to a parallel world of magic dragons, knights, and kings, the show delights as well as excites. Brimming with beautiful visuals, compelling characterization, palpable action, and brilliant music, Escaflowne is a splendid classic that doesn't waste a single moment. Its production values are solid for TV animation, and it doesn't skimp on character or plot development. Escaflowne might even still be available from certain online outlets, so you might be able to obtain this still. It's a wonderful storybook tale.
I'm sick of all of it. I'm sick of this whole world.
Hitomi!
Someone send me back. Please, someone send me back to my world!
Hitomi!
Number 5. Neon Genesis Evangelion. Now we're in the top 5, where each anime is a masterpiece. Neon Genesis Evangelion is a nigh-perfect treatise on human communication, the pitfalls of puberty, and the perseverance and determination to find one's own worth. It doesn't hurt that there's also giant bio-robots fighting giant monsters, interesting characters, and a great soundtrack complete with a catchy opening theme song. It's got a remarkable psychological aspect that could be dissected for hours, if I were the type to do so. It sort of does that itself in the final 2 episodes, and in the movies. But the TV series itself is a great work, and its popularity is entirely justified. You can still get this on Blu-ray, so jump at any chance to do so. It's one of the great wonders of the world of animation.
Man fears the darkness, and so he scrapes away at its edges with fire.
So philosophical.
I wonder if that's what makes humanity special. Maybe that's why the angels are attacking.
You're an idiot. How could we even know something like that?
Number 4. Mobile Suit Zeta Gundam. My favorite mecha anime of all time is a true evolution of the Gundam concept, Mobile Suit Zeta Gundam. The 50-episode story of teen boy Camille Bidan and others, aired from 1985 to 1986, received good ratings, and decades later, still regularly ranks as one of the, if not the, greatest Gundam series of all time, in my opinion it definitely is, in fandom polls. It's a phenomenal epic-scale mecha series with plot complexities and progression that is unbeatable in its genre, with complicated characters, great production values, and some very classic anime moments. On top of this, it has what I consider one of the most unforgettable conclusions in anime. Unfortunately, the Blu-rays are out of print, but you can still find them on some online retailer websites. Believe in a sign of Zeta.
I beg you, Haman Khan. Please destroy the colony laser.
I shall be true to my word. The proof of our might will be forever etched in your minds.
Number 3. Tai. Full Metal Alchemist 2003 and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood 2009. Now, okay, maybe this one's a cop-out. There are 2 disparate interpretations of the same shonen manga and animation. One kind of doing its own thing, and another staying almost panel accurate to the source. How could they both be the same in quality? But I enjoy Full Metal Alchemist and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood equally, probably because of the things they both have in common. A magnificent lived-in world with history, consistent rules to its system of combat, interesting use of concepts, poignant and dramatic storytelling, and colorful characters are just a few of those things. The story of Edward and Alphonse Elric, two brothers who committed the taboo of trying to bring their dead mother back to life, and having suffered consequences for it, try to find a way to once again regain what they had lost. Their story becomes a large, intertwining epic that towers over others of its type. That's right, Attack on Titan, you can suck it. Full Metal Alchemist is brilliant. It's too bad the 2003 series is well out of print, and the second is somewhat pricey, thanks to Aniplex, because these two shows are not to be missed.
Call me greed for nothing. I want money. I want women, status, and power. I want everything this world's selling and eternity's topping the list. See, I'm greed. I want everything you can think of. Money and women, power and sex, status, glory. I demand the finer things. And of course, I crave eternal life.
Number 2. Legend of the Galactic Heroes. For as much as I adore the classic Legend of the Galactic Heroes anime, based on the science fiction novels by Yoshiki Tanaka, I don't want to spend a lot of time on this entry because I haven't reviewed it on its own. Sure, there's no English dub outside of the test dub they did ages ago for 2 episodes, but I might want to review those later on. The LOGH OVA, at least the mainline one, the 110 episodes that make up the central narrative, must have been a massive undertaking at the time of its creation, what with the sheer number of characters and settings that had to be rendered with just classic animation tools, using painted cell art to depict this grand-scale political drama with such wonderful splendor. Story director Noboru Ishiguro directed this, taking Tanaka's side story material and slipping it in between the central canon plot points to develop characters, which worked brilliantly. It's just too bad it's such an inaccessible anime these days, with Sentai Filmworks losing the streaming rights and their out-of-print box set prohibitively expensive. Watching this series is an enriching experience, and everyone who's a fan of science fiction or drama should find a way to do so.
Guess I better start looking for tonight's warm body. What are you planning on doing tonight, huh?
Sleeping.
There you go with your stupid jokes again.
I'm joking?
As a joke, it's boring. As a fact, it's pathetic.
You use jokes like others use oxygen.
Hey, I'd rather be making them than be the cause of them, you know what I mean?
A man's life can be the biggest joke of all.
Number 1. Cowboy Bebop. My favorite anime of all time is, and has been for ages, Cowboy Bebop. I reviewed this some time ago, and I pretty much said all the things I needed to there, but I'll give a little of my reasoning here too, because what would the video be like if I didn't defend my number 1 pick? There's so much to praise in this series, from its production values, to its writing, to its overall attitude. The music by Yoko Kanno is brilliant. There's a good variety of stories and storytelling. It doesn't waste time padding itself out needlessly. Not a moment is wasted. I've been a fan of this series since it aired on Adult Swim. I've collected the series and accompanying merchandise. I've gone out of my way to meet some of its creators, if just for a moment to get a poster signed, and cherished each and every episode like a tiny little film on its own. Now, usually I prefer long-form serialized storytelling, and Cowboy Bebop is mostly episodic. But the show does a magic trick, where each episodic adventure reveals a little more about the world and the characters, so that the main storyline, when it appears, is all the more compelling. It all reveals this grand tapestry that is the world of Cowboy Bebop, this colorful, lived-in, dangerous, tragic, wonderful world of Cowboy Bebop that I have revisited countless times. I'm not kidding, I've watched this series, all 26 episodes, at least a dozen times. It doesn't get old, it's timeless, and there's sort of this emotional intelligence, this kind of dramatic maturity to it all, that separates it from a lot of science fiction space shows. The great news is, Cowboy Bebop is, as of the writing of this video, still available on Blu-ray from Crunchyroll, from their online store or Amazon. It streams on Crunchyroll's site, including the amazing English dub, as well as a few other places, so it shouldn't be too difficult to track down and watch. And watch it you must. It's an anime essential, and my favorite anime of all time. Hey, go watch my video on it too.
Don't you have any real medicine that's just for sores and wounds?
That would be this.
Ugh, that heals wounds?
Yep. You squish it up and boil it in 3 cups of water, and when it turns green and goopy, you drink it.
Ugh, Spike, isn't there something more, different?
Oh, yeah, I got it.
Yeah, give me that. Ugh. I'll take the other thing.
Of course, there are other anime that didn't make my top 10 that I'm very fond of. I'll list some of them in the description for this video. I may have reviewed some, if not all, of them. Things have been tough lately, but I hope you enjoyed this video. It's kind of an oasis in the sea of chaos. I can understand why it's difficult to celebrate this year, but that's what makes it all the more important in my opinion. We all need time to refresh. I'm not saying forget all the troubles, but set them aside a moment to share a shared sense of wonder. I can't guarantee things will get better, but don't stop fighting, peacefully of course, and maybe we can make it together. Anyway, as usual, there's still the year-end English dub review coming. Just a relaxing capper to wrap up 2025. Should be coming up soon. Until then, Merry Christmas! And see ya!